Looking for that rookie that's going to unlock your team? Well, search no more. Today, we're going to break down the top 5 rookies that are going to break out and lead you to your fantasy championship. I'm your host, Uncle Chug, and welcome back to another episode of Fantasy OT. Starting off our list at number 5, Jordan Addison, the man who was brought in to replace Adam Thielen, and I have no doubt that he'll do it. He's off to a little bit of a shaky start, given that he's missed rookie training camp and OTAs, but I think once he gets up to speed, he's going to hit the ground running. With Justin Jefferson on the other side, TJ Hawkinson in the mix, and even KJ Osborne, defensive attention is going to be spread out, leaving Addison plenty of room to make a splash right away. It wouldn't surprise me for him to overcome his injury, which I believe has been mostly precautionary in terms of why he's been held out, and for him to climb that depth chart in no time. He won the award for college's best wide receiver in 2021 for a reason. He's not the biggest, he's not the fastest, but he gets elite separation, a quality that cannot be undervalued at the NFL level. Look for Addison to make noise quickly and for him to be a great dynasty pick as well. Expect him to jump KJ Osborne and maybe even Hawkinson sooner rather than later. Up next at number 4, Anthony Richardson. You don't get drafted in the first round, especially 4th overall, for no reason. He's going to be hitting the ground running. Jim Irsay, the coaching staff, everyone seems committed to getting this guy playing. He finished the year last year at Florida with over 600 yards rushing, 9 rushing TDs, and 6.3 yards per carry. Look for all of that to translate to the NFL level really, really well. Look at Jalen Hurts last year. The man ended up second in the league with rushing touchdowns. This is a quarterback we're talking about. Shane Steichen loves to use the quarterback on the ground. You're going to see a ton of read option. And Richardson being such a raw prospect, he's going to need time to develop his passing. Look for him to use his legs early and often and to make noise as a runner. They also have Jonathan Taylor, which just bodes well for him in the read option. So expect Richardson to have a great season on the ground, probably an okay to mediocre season through the air, but overall I could expect him having like a Robert Griffin type season, one where the game plans are catered to his strengths, with the whole focal point being him getting experience. Up next at number 3, Jackson Smith and Jigba. I'm going to mention some names for you. Michael Thomas, Chris Olave, Terry McLaurin, Curtis Samuel, Garrett Wilson. All these guys went to Ohio State. They know how to produce receivers. Brian Hartline, the receivers coach at Ohio State, is a guru. He was great in the NFL, not the fastest, but a great route runner and great at getting separation. And he seems to teach all of his prospects how to do that as well. And Njigba might be the cream of the crop. This man had 2 games with 15 receptions, which is an Ohio State record, and also set the single season record for most yards for an Ohio State receiver. Expect Njigba to hit the ground running, arguably could be Rookie of the Year, and for him to make noise in an offense that has Kenneth Walker, DK Metcalf, and Tyler Lockett. I think he's going to hop right into that slot spot, and with Geno Smith showing that he's very accurate, or very capable, I should say, of being accurate at times, I would expect those tight window throws to go in Jigba's way, and for him to make a lot of noise throughout the year. An elite route runner, elite with the ball in his hands. He is set up to be a PPR machine as the season goes on. He'll be a great dynasty pick, obviously, but I think as the year goes on, you're going to see his role grow more and more. Number 2, Jahmyr Gibbs. This guy was drafted to replace DeAndre Swift. But we all know it. Let's see it happen, and I believe it will. They also have David Montgomery, so I know some people might be a little scared that it won't be balanced, but don't be. Jahmyr Gibbs is elite. He's going to be involved in the passing game, involved on the ground, and I have no doubt that he's going to be picking up most, if not all, of the work from DeAndre Swift, and even some of Jamal Williams. You know Jamal Williams, the guy who led the NFL in rushing touchdowns last year? Yeah, the Lions love to run the ball, and especially inside the 5-yard line. Dan Campbell doesn't play games. He will not pass the rock. He will not do anything out of the ordinary. He sticks to a conservative game plan. They only throw as much as they do because they're playing from behind as often as they are. Expect Gibbs to soak up a lot of Swift's work, a lot of Williams' work, and for Montgomery to be sprinkled in here and there. Even if Montgomery is the nominal starter, I would expect Gibbs to overtake him really, really quickly on the depth chart, if not right away. I think Gibbs and him make an excellent tandem, and things that separate them from Williams and Swift is tackle breaking ability. Gibbs, between his time at Georgia Tech and Alabama, got credited with over 104 missed tackles or broken tackles. And even Montgomery has been a historically great tackle breaker. So I would expect both of them to make some great plays, some top 10 plays, score a bunch of touchdowns, and more than likely win you your fantasy championship. You can look to draft him around that 2-3 turn. Number one, this is no surprise to anyone, Bijan Robinson. 5 years ago, this guy would have easily been like a top 3 pick, but with the current state of the running back, him and everybody else has been devalued. He fell into the perfect situation. The Atlanta Falcons ran the ball more than anybody in the NFL last year, and him going there is just perfect for his skill set. I mean, the Falcons managed to make Tyler Algier relevant, and obviously Robinson is a dual threat, game-changing type back with elite talent. All of that's going to translate quickly for him. I would expect him to hit the ground running, quite literally, and to literally be on the field, if not for 3 downs, most of the time. I think we'll see a lot of red zone work. We'll see a lot of receiving work. He was an elite pass catcher in his 3 years when he was at Texas. Every single year at Texas, he got better. And he didn't really take that much wear or tear either. The man averaged a lot of yards, averaged a great yards per carry. I would expect Smith to also want to protect Desmond Ridder, given that it's now his first year being the quarterback of the team. A lot of running the ball, just like they have in the past, all playing into Robinson's favor. Robinson is absolutely a top 5 pick. He will definitely win a lot of us our championships, and you can feel safe drafting him in that area. And that rounds out our list. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you can, like, subscribe, and comment below.